All right. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to another live episode of the O&G StrikeZone. Alongside Kelvin Rozier, I'm Bryan Fulford. What up, Kate?
What's going on, B? We the dynamic duo once again.
Yep. On assignment. Marcus Green on assignment tonight. So we will. But Marcus did some work, though. We did get him to put together some updated information on recruiting. So we will get a chance to talk about some of the latest news regarding recruiting for several sports.
Yep.
Just in case you've been busy, you've been out on the beach, or you've been, relaxing, whatever. Maybe you just missed the news over the course of the last week on Instagram or Twitter or wherever else you follow. But we've got it for you. We got you. We'll do some catch up here for you. Before we get too deep in the woods, Kelvin, next time I tell you to pay attention because a historic comeback might be happening, you might want to listen to, brother.
Well, I picked the Knicks in 6 actually. So, but you're right. I was good in sleep when that comeback was happening. Hey, yeah, man, at the end of the day, experience versus youth. Experience wins again in the NBA, and that's just kind of how it goes. You got to pay your dues.
Always pays, via what they say, defense and experience. Depending upon the sport, one of the two usually always comes through. So if you, just in case you, missed last Wednesday's show, I kind of teased out there to folks, go ahead and jump on that Knicks money line when they were down by 29, 27, something like that. And actually, when we closed the show, they were down 15 at the end of the third quarter. And, just told everybody that, hey, great comeback is going to happen. It was what it was. So
you did. You called it. I give it to you. But I told you, though, if it happened, I wasn't going to see it.
You wasn't going to see it. Right. And I did say Knicks in 5, though. I put it would have been a sweep had DJT not mucked it all up with that bad mojo. But it would have been a sweep. But anyway.
Hey, folks joke about that, but it's real because that's the only game they lost.
It is. It is, right? Shout out to Coach Charlie Ward. I saw him, of course. He was at Game 4 last Wednesday in New York. There's a video of him kind of dapping up the new King of New York, Jalen Brunson, at the end of that game. I was that close to Coach Ward on Saturday. Actually, my high school team, we were at the team camp up in Gainesville where Coach was down there scouting. And when I saw him, we were just about to play, and he was watching the courts literally so we're in our court, and then he's in the middle, and then there's courts going on the other side, and he was facing that way. So I didn't get a chance, and he was focused. So I wasn't gonna be like, "Hey, Coach Ward." I ain't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a fanboy or nothing. But because we were about to play a game, he was busy. So I was waiting to see if he was gonna turn, and I would have said something. But anyway,
we rattlers recognize rattlers, man. Go ahead and
I recognized the man was working. So the man was
all
working.
Right. That's right. Make him have time. he's pretty good at that, actually, man. Because because actually, when I went to his camp a couple of weeks ago, I was talking with Laz, the assistant, but coach, he was in coach's office when I got there. So coach came down and started talking with us too. I mean, he's a pretty laid back, approachable guy though.
Yeah, no. Look again. I understand that. I spoke to him last year in Gainesville when him and Laz were there, and so But like I said,
yeah,
just out of respect for the moment, I didn't get a chance to holler at him. So, but anyway, congrats to Coach Ward, Nick's alum. Of course, he was a PG point guard on the last the 99 team.
Yep.
Let me see. Was he on the 94 team too? He might have been on the 94 team as well. Because he was there.
Because he graduated. Yeah. He left Florida State in like 92, 93.
Yeah, so I think he was, he might have been on the 94 team and the 99 team, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously played more on the 99 team he would have been just kind of a rookie or maybe second year on that 94 team, the team that went 7 games against the Rockets. So anyway, congratulations to all of you Knicks fans. It's the last time I'll say it. And, enjoy the parade. Huh?
From a Pacers fan.
I can appreciate good stories, and I can appreciate, how goo gaga everybody is. I can appreciate waiting 53 years for a title, long time, been longer than my lifetime. So, I mean, look, I've never seen a Knicks win a title in my lifetime. So I just hate the fact that they did it 1 year ahead of when we should have done it, and they got there when we weren't in the playoffs, given the fact that we knocked them out the last 2 years. So I'm especially a little bitter, but that's all right. That's all right. So we'll be back. We always find a way. That's what the Pacers do. So we'll find a way. All right. Well, let's before we get into the show, coming up in hour number 2, Marvin Green Jr. is going to join the show, major gifts officer for the FAMU Foundation. I think we going to get some news about the Strike Tour 2026 happening. Much needed.
Absolutely. We got summer school starting. And athletes trying to get into the dorms and the classes, and so we need to make sure we pony up, and they got everything they need.
Thank you, VM Matt. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all recognizing when it comes that way. But anyway, look, while we got students coming in to. Can I rant now, or you want me to save my rant on that?
Save it till when we get there. We're gonna get there. Anyway.
Let's go through the few announcements, the few shout outs to those of you who checked in early. And then we'll kind of go in there. Bull's checking in. Good to see Bull, first one in the chats. Of course, reminding everybody, join the chats. If you're watching the show, maybe you're watching on Instagram Live. Maybe you're watching on Twitter. You can come on over to Facebook. You can come on over to YouTube, Facebook, the Black College Sports Network, and the O&G StrikeZone. YouTube is my JBN Online, the Jericho Broadcast Network, Black College Sports Network YouTube page, or you can go to our O&G StrikeZone YouTube page and join the chats with so many other friends and join the conversation. And be a part of what's going on. But Bull, first one in. Appreciate you, Bull. Ken, checking in. Good to see you, Ken. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber as well.
Bye.
Ashton Harris, checking in. Good to see you, Ashton. Ezekiel Love. Zeke. Yeah, we love what Coach Ward is doing with the recruiting as well. We're going to get into all of that as men's basketball signed or released the signings of 4, 5. I thought it was 4.
5, including the guard.
I must have missed somebody. Okay, we'll talk about it then. So we got 5 new signees. Remember, we had to fill about, 10 spots, 10 or 11 spots. So we'll get a good look at what that roster is looking like at this point, because I think we got all the names. I know last time we talked about recruiting, I think we had just had about maybe 5 new signings.
And if you remember, I kind of teased last week about that something was coming and it'd be kind of international and long length. And now we know what that means. But like you say, we'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. What up, B Starks? Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Makiba West, another JBN subscriber. Hey, Makiba, good to see you. Hope your summer's going well.
What up,
Mary 305. I know it's hot down there in South Florida, Mary, because it's blazing up here in Orlando. I stay in the shade. Stay in the shade, Mary. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Meredith checking in.
Meredith?
Hey, Meredith. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber as well. Iria checking in from the Carolinas. Charlotte in the house. VM Matt. Thank you. Checking in.
Look at the MEAC representing. Go ahead,
man. My Spartan brother, my parents are Spartan alums, so I tolerate Lennon Blow. I love you. I appreciate you checking us out on all of our platforms.
Yeah, he always got to come in with shade, though.
Always coming in with shade, boy. I tell you what. Man,
I understand. They've taken a lot of L's against us, so I get it.
Yeah, when you go 1-10, losing 10 straight games, you throw shade wherever you can just to put some sun on somebody, because you ain't got it over there. It's all good, Lennon.
Yeah.
Karen Griffin checking in from the West Coast. Good to see you, Karen. Demetra checking in
from Ghana.
What?
Ooh,
Ghana
international. You paid them.
Okay. Spread the word about the O&G out there to those Ghananese. Is it Ghananese? Those Africans out there.
Yeah, I can't help you.
Tim Young checking in on Facebook. Good evening. Thank you, Tim. Joel Banks checking in. Good to see you, Joel. Mr. Banks. Good to see you. 11 spots. You're talking about our
basketball.
Yeah, I mean, look, we only had three returners, the point guard and the 2 bigs.
And one of the bigs, I think, have to get a waiver. NCAA waiver.
So 2 and a possible.
Yeah.
2 and a possible, right? That's a bad book. You can't even, you ain't even go. Good luck,
can't make board.
Yeah, what they say, can't even make board with that.
You gonna get a kahuna ran on
you. Exactly. Yeah, good stuff. Are you speaking of, that kind of season? Are you following the World Cup at all?
I am watching it. I like that they expanded the field, so you're seeing teams that you don't normally see. And just like with March Madness, you get surprises. You find out that there's talent dispersed among other countries also. So yeah, I like the passion of the fans of the different countries, and football is the #1 sport worldwide. And so I like the costumes, the chants, and the dancing and all that, man. And it's been some entertaining games. A lot of ties, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I was just I've got the so right now Ghana and Panama are playing right now while we're live, and kind of a 0-0 game right now, as they call it, 0-0. Right? They don't call it 0-0. You got to get your your football terminology correct. It's nil. There's nothing is nil, not zero. You Americans. So yeah, good stuff here. What I find interesting, Kelvin, is watching the hydration breaks. There's a there's a belief among many people over the course of the last 6 days now, as we get ready to head to today's, I think, the last day of everybody's first game. The hydration breaks, which you get one hydration break in the first half and one in the second. They're noting that teams seem to be adjusting or scoring more coming out of the hydration breaks, because it's unusual. Normally in the game of soccer, it's just straight 45 minutes. And if something's not going right, guys on the pitch, another soccer term for those of you who may not know, they have to actually, they got to solve problems in the moment, right? Like, can you
look at him like he's some kind of expert?
I know. Can you imagine? Hold on. Can you imagine a football game where there were no timeouts? What would that look like? An actual American football game with no timeouts.
Injuries would go up for sure.
I would say injuries would go up.
It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot of flopping.
A lot of fake injuries, cramps. Pull muscles. Yeah, but anyway, so that's kind of interesting. It's just something to pay attention to. We'll see.
That's the one thing I do not like about watching soccer.
What's that?
Every time somebody get touched, they fall in the holding angle, then they jump right back up.
Yeah, that's the one thing I will say. I'm noticing, like, I'm seeing a lot. I do get a chuckle when you see certain people, but guys aren't laying there writhing in pain for like prolonged periods. Like, it's like, come on, man.
It's performative. They put on a performance, then they get up.
Yeah. So, but no, it's some interesting stuff. But what is Drew said? The hydrogen break is the Americanization of the game. Yeah, there you go. Good opportunity for it. That's a good point, Drew. It's a great opportunity when we do these hydration breaks. I never thought about that. Putting in commercials. It's a commercial break. That's a great point, man.
There is a safety element to that. It kind of does make sense in the middle of the day, some summer.
These are the most conditioned beats in the world.
Man. You sound like when I used to coach and play.
Man, hold on, Kelvin. These
players ain't us now.
That 13-year-old in 1999 was not conditioned. Not like those guys don't run up and down a 100-yard field. These guys are putting miles on their legs. Come on now. But anyway, it does make you think, though, man. Are HBCUs missing out? Not jumping into this soccer game. I know there is the SWAC with women's soccer, but are HBCUs missing out? I mean, and not getting teams, are they missing out on a window? Is FAMU, for example, are we missing out on a window by not fielding a women's soccer team?
Well, I would like to see women's soccer come, but it has to, there's a budget thing with that. And I would like to see us maximize investing in our facilities and sports that we have with the growth to field teams in the sports that we don't have. Like, bringing back men's cross country to me is a no-brainer. That's minimum cost.
Right.
Same with adding women's golf and
men's tennis.
Yeah, men's tennis, yeah.
I mean, existing facilities
and coaches that you can just pay a little more and let them get an assistant coach for additional assistant coach. Yeah.
Not to speak for any of our coaches that I'm, like, hey, coach, we just give you another team. They'd be like, do I get equal? Do I get twice?
Yeah. No, you can't give somebody a team without resources.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't do that.
It's like, hey, Coach Nikki, we're going to give you another tennis team. And I don't know if we're going to give you the twice as much pay. How about pay and a half? Coach Nikki like, what? No, thank you.
I agree. Yeah. You ain't going to do it right. Don't do it.
Don't do it at all. Yeah, we got enough we got enough things going on where, dealing with facilities and things not getting fixed, broken, paid for. Anyway, let me keep moving forward here before I say something and get in trouble. Okay, let's talk about of course, over the course of the past week, one of the last of our FAMU athletes or events, sporting teams were participating, and that was our track and field outdoor athletes who went up to Eugene, Oregon last week and competed in the NCAA Division I Outdoor Track and Field Championships at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. Of course, for the Rattlers, we were represented in the men and women's divisions. For the men, it was Leonard Mastari, who we had brought on the show a couple weeks ago, who represented the FAMU and the SWAC in the men's 110-meter hurdles. And then on the ladies' side, we had the women's 4x100-meter relay team, another group, a lovely group of young ladies that we also had on the show a couple weeks ago. And, they all 5 of them, those athletes, had qualified for nationals. Mastari competed on Wednesday, and he finished with a time of 13.58, which was 20th nationally with his time. So, and look, those are very fast times in the 110-meter hurdles. You know, we kind of talked about the fact that Leonard would have to really run some like career numbers.
Yeah, the dude broke the damn record, the world record.
Yeah, what was that? Did he do that in the finals or
no? That was in the semifinals.
In the semis, right? He was. Matter of fact, he did it in Leonard's heat. Matter of fact, he was in Leonard's heat. Yeah, the kid from Auburn broke a world record in Leonard. So that's how crazy that heat was that Leonard was in. But still a great season for Leonard. Definitely was. And then the 4x100 team, the ladies just missed qualifying for the finals,
right?
By, was it 2 tenths? It was, I mean, they finished 13th overall, just outside of the, let me see, it was the top 9 goes, so it was the top two from the 3 heats, and then the next 3 fastest times.
Right.
Well, the ladies finished with the 4th fastest time outside of finishing 1st or 2nd in their heat. And it was a very thin margin. So the ladies, Janari Kenshin, DeAndre Gaines, Ariana Ladson, and Kirsten Clark, those 4 ladies, their season came to an end. Tim said was FSU not –
they finished 2 spots ahead, 2 or 3 spots ahead, and yes.
So it was Florida State's 4x1 that knocked them out. Yeah.
But by the way, though, they did make 2nd team All-American.
Yeah, because when you finish 1 through 8, you are 1st team All-American.
Right.
When you finish 9 through 16, you're considered 2nd team All-American. Yeah. So obviously finishing 13th overall, they earned 2nd team All-Americans in that. And they did finish ahead of Howard University, who was the only other HBCU in the women's 4x100.
Right. They had some hurdlers that advanced actually to finals. And so did A&T men. All they men advanced to the finals. And they finished with like 18 points, if I'm not mistaken.
A&T had, I think I mentioned this on Sunday, they had 8. They had 8. They finished. I forgot the number. They finished like with 8 All-Americans in 11 events.
Yeah.
or something to that effect. But I know on the men's side, it was, at least four or five different guys who finished top 3 or 4. They finished first team All-Americans, and they had both relays, the 4x100 and their 4x400.
And the 4x1 surprised me. I knew they 4x4 was good because they had 2 guys.
And the twins. They had the 2 twins that were running the 400.
That was in the hurdles, right?
Right.
And then they had another guy who was in the 110 hurdles, but I didn't know they 4x1 was going to run that kind of time.
Yeah. So
shout out to them.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of looks like A&T is once again for a minute they had kind of, I'm not going to say had fallen. They kind of came back down to earth, so to speak, or maybe where other HBCUs were. They weren't, they had that little run a few years back when, was it Ross was, I think, the coach.
They had other coaches.
And his son and some others, and they were really making themselves, this was like right about the time when they were leaving the MEAC. I think that first year out of the MEAC. And then they had a few years where they had a changeover in the coaching, but it looks like they've kind of gotten themselves right back to the top. And so, on the men's side, everybody's chasing them. And I think even Howard's women had a couple of young ladies finish with some first team All-American honors as well. And the young lady from Southern, who, oh man, she had one of the fastest times in the 100-meter hurdles all year, but she just didn't have a great finals.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, she got off step and I think hit a couple of hurdles, but she made it through. But she finished.
She finished 8th, which was good enough for first team All-American. But I think going into, she had either the first or second fastest time in the nation going into Eugene. And I think when she finished the semifinals, she had the second fastest time coming out of the semifinals. So, but that's track. That's how it goes, right? Sometimes,
especially hurdles.
Yeah, all it takes is a little nick of the hurdle, and all kinds of things can change.
Yeah. Well, since you're talking track news, you might as well mention our track news too.
Yeah, a great transition. That's where I was going to go. According to an article earlier in the week, or actually this weekend, is when this came out. I'm looking, it's the 12th, so that was Friday. As reported by Tara Jean of the Tallahassee Democrat, a Florida A&M University mystery donor described as a, quote, nationally recognized sports medicine professional will soon have the FAMU track and field program's field house on campus named after him. The alumnus pledged to donate a transformational 7-figure gift amount to the university. But the graduate's name and the specific amount of the gift have not yet been disclosed publicly and won't be announced for another few weeks, according to a university spokesman. FAMU's Board of Trustees approved the gift-related naming recommendation at its June 11th meeting in the Grand Ballroom on campus. The naming recommendation was also unanimously approved by a university naming committee on May 21st, prior to the board's approval last Thursday. Reading here from FAMU Foundation Executive Director Brandy Tatum Frederick. She said the donor is a, quote, distinguished FAMU alumnus, former Division I track and field student athlete, healthcare entrepreneur, and nationally recognized sports medicine professional. So,
it ain't hard to investigate and know who it is, but we'll wait for the official announcement.
Yeah, or at least until I reach out to Doctor and kind of confirm what we've been told offline. So, we've kind of been given information as to who we think this alum is. And he was a member of the track and field program.
Yep.
During the Darlene Moore years, if I have the years correct. So, we'll see. Now, in terms of the upgrades, Tim asked a great question. What upgrades will his donation mean? So Kelvin, for people who aren't familiar with the track, and again, more details are to come, but as best as you can tell, what is, as I'm reading here from the article, the gift will support the renovation, enhancement, and further construction of the field house, which is currently located on Althea Gibson Way behind the band room on campus. While FAMU's track is named after former track and field coach Pete Griffin, the field house is not currently named after anyone. What else can you tell us about the facility, Kelvin?
Well, this is only speculation. I don't know, so I don't want to get too far out there. But a 7-figure gift, kind of, to me, and knowing who I think this person is, some of that gift will go to the physical therapy training area, to treat the athletes. There is a locker room in Gaither Gym, one of the old pool spaces. It has been upgraded a little, but I'm sure some of that investment would go in their locker room lounge area. And I don't know this to be the case, but since it's 6 figures and coach has already talked about several times, our director of track, Dr. Garfield, Elwood, and he wants to have the FAMU relays back on campus. So I would hope it will go to resurfacing the track so that we can hold official NCAA events at our track again. But right now, all the support areas are within the Gaither office complex, and then of course they have a small storage area at the track itself.
Continuing here with another paragraph in the article, Tara says it is unclear whether the 7-figure gift will be paid in full or over a period of time, as the specific terms of the agreement are still being finalized. The next step in the process is for the university advancement team to work on coordinating in time with the donor to formally announce and plan an event for the naming to be revealed, according to a FAMU spokesperson. So more is to come, we're sure. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah. But that's big for Coach Ellenwood. He's got a championship program. We just talked about. You got athletes competing nationally, All Americans, and all those except one come back. You got Blocker coming back. He's recruited well, so you give him more resources and things that he can do for the student athletes, and we'll be where A&T is, hopefully.
So EA asked a good question, said, when did they build the field house? I'm referencing the article here. The article says that the university's track facility was built in 1980 and has served as host of the annual FAMU relays. It consists, of course, of an 8-lane outdoor track, grandstands for up to 5,000 people, and the field house, which is an indoor space that houses a storage area, restrooms, and an upper level press box.
They talking about the area at the track. That holds the equipment, the hurdles and the pads and all that kind of stuff. and the public restroom.
Is that not the field house according to the article?
Well, they're gonna have to expand that if they are talking about that.
Look, I mean,
they're gonna have to do some expansion there.
It does say the gift will support renovation, enhancement, and further construction of the field house. So
it's gonna have to.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. So, hey, look, the fact that I can't even underscore. I mean, that's what it's going to take.
It is.
That's what it's going to take. I mean, you folks coming up with great plans for the football field house. Pull your money together, whoever you are out there. I mean,
hopefully that include a peak. By the way, I hope it includes a PA system and a video board for the track too. And I don't know how many seven figures that is, because
look, the man said the field house, Kevin. Kelvin, you want the scoreboard. Look, you want to.
I think it benefits more to do the track and have the NCAA ready. They have an area that they can do that other stuff.
How about we find another donor to take care of that? My man said, I've already taken care of the field house. Can I get another donor to kick in $1 million for the other part? I did my part.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, just like how the track got done last time, it is a teaching lab.
What does that mean?
That they can get PICO or state dollars to redo it, because we have a physical ed program and sports management, and so it ties into our academic. Therefore, we can get state dollars.
I don't think, Tim, that the state will match these funds. I don't know if it works that way, Kelvin. I don't think it works that way.
I think, I don't know how to process how you do it, but yeah, I think there is a way that the state is supposed to match. But I would tell you this, we hadn't talked about this. I don't think the suit from the 5 students that a court and just upheld or reinstated.
Yeah, but that was a very underrated story. Which, if you give me a second, I'm gonna go to. I saw it on the blog spot. And
while you looking for it, Tim, what I'm getting at is, yes, the state has a match program, but I would tell you, especially in FAMU's case, that they have shorted us. The match has never came. So
reading. So this story kind of came out almost about a week ago, last Wednesday. It was sort of quietly put out there. Thankfully there was a few outlets that picked up on it. I'm reading right here from the Rattler Nation blog spot. A federal appeals court on Tuesday revived a lawsuit accusing the state of Florida of systemically underfunding FAMU, breathing new life into a long-running legal battle over whether the state has failed to fully dismantle the legacy of segregation in higher education. The decision by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit marks the latest setback for Southern states that have sought to dismiss lawsuits alleging that historically Black colleges and universities continue to suffer from inequitable funding decades after legal segregation ended. Last paragraph I'll read here, and then I'll put the link in there if you guys want to. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to read it more. The case centers on claims that Florida shortchanged FAMU, the state's only public historically Black college, Black university, by nearly $2 billion over a 30-year period. Now, a group of current and former students filed the lawsuit in 2023, arguing that lingering vestiges of the state's dual system of higher education have deprived the university of resources, facilities, and opportunities afforded to predominantly white universities. And just so you know, a federal district court dismissed the lawsuit, saying that they had failed to demonstrate sufficient evidence of ongoing demonstration. But in a divided ruling, the appeals court concluded that the lower court had set too high a bar before allowing the case to proceed. Well said. So a good article here with some good links. I'll drop it in the chats during the commercial break if you guys want to go read that article, or maybe those of you who've already read it, if you're not familiar with the Rattler Nation blog spot, go check that out. But, you know, who knows, man?
You're saying there's a chance.
Saying there's a chance, right? Exactly. Well said. Perfectly put. So what you're saying is there's a chance. That's all we ask for. There's a chance.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay. So it looks like Roland Martin has been on top of this, and he's feel free, Bossy, to drop a link in the chat. Let people know where that is. You know, I know there's a lot of content that Mr. Martin covers. So you know, or maybe it's easy to do a search in there. But yeah, you know, I always thought it was kind of peculiar, the fact that he got thrown out in the first place. Yeah. And it really centered along. They almost threw it out in essence, say, you guys really, you know, it was almost kind of because I felt like it felt like originally because it was coming from students, and they were like, oh, you know, you guys didn't work, you didn't do this properly. It's almost like they threw it out and said, come back and do it again the right way or something. But thankfully, you know, they did go through the appeals process, and as it said, you know, the bar was too high for not to be able to hear the case. And right. and if you look at under a previous administration, the White House, the federal government even stated as much, that HBCUs such as FAMU and others were deprived funds. You know, now some universities have been fighting in their state legislatures for a while. Tennessee State, for example, I mean, they've been fighting, you know, hand over foot. I'm sure North Carolina A&T has been fighting. So, I mean, this is
But the North Carolina system does, I think, a pretty good job of funding their system to include HBCUs.
Well, they've done some things along with legalized, and I'll say they've done with legalized gambling in the state of North Carolina, and they have earmarked money from those taxes to go towards universities. Like, you can watch and see the growth at even A&T, Winston-Salem State, for example. And they're making some big moves, and they're not shy. It's coming from all of a sudden an influx of money that's coming.
If you look at, to your point, if you look at the facilities that the North Carolina HBCUs who aren't in trouble financially, if you look at the public HBCUs, you look at their facilities, they all got new facilities, and then the campuses look pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you, Mr. Campbell. Yeah, but I just it's hard to get all of that money, even if you got it all back in payments over the next 50 years. Who knows? Start making a way to give it back.
All I got to say is, please vote. There's a vote in November. You can make a difference.
Hey, Floridians. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a quick break, as we're a bit overdue, and come back and fill in with some more news and notes, maybe a few recruiting hits, and then coming up at the top of the hour, Marvin Green Jr., the chief gift, or the major financial, major gift officer. I knew I'd get the title right. For the FAMU Foundation will be joining us. That's all right, Gail. It's good to see you. You know, take your time. Get in here. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber.
Hey.
Hope your shoulders
recovering.
You know.
Be careful now. Don't be lifting nothing you don't supposed to be lifting, Miss Gail.
Yeah, you know.
Sit your butt down. Right now.
All right, let's go ahead and take that break. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We will be back very shortly, right after these words.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
If you've ever told yourself, I want to get into real estate but don't know where to start, here's something just for you. From Friday, July 31st to Sunday, August 2nd, the Learn Real Estate Fast Masterclass is coming to McKenzie Office Park in College Park. You'll learn wholesaling, commercial investing, and how to purchase property with zero money or credit. I can tell you, education and access are everything. This masterclass is designed to give you both. Whether you're brand new or ready to level up, this is where you start making real moves. Enjoy free lunch, free study materials, and receive a certification of completion. So don't wait. Seats are filling fast. Do not sit on the sidelines while others build wealth. Take that first step toward ownership and legacy. Get your tickets now at learnrealestatefast.com or tickpick.com. For more information, call 678-859-3303. Master the market. Build your legacy. Secure your future today.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
This is Bryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Go Ghana. Shout out to Demetra. Demetra out there, she said she was in Ghana.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hey, Demetra, we got to see some video. If you're still watching, they probably going ham out there right now. We got to see some video. Ghana leading Panama, scoring a goal in extra time in the 4th minute of extra time. It's almost about to be over if you're watching it live. But Ghana, 1-0 over Panama. Woo. I mean, it was a nice little. I will say that's the one. You know, they talk about the beautiful game. It is beautiful watching, like almost like a fast break in basketball. But obviously, it's a longer field, so just watching the speed and the ball movement and the footwork on a fast break.
So it must have been a counterattack. Did Panama like turn the ball over, and they had a breakaway?
I'm trying to remember. I think that may have happened. Yeah, because the ball originally it was kind of deep into Ghana territory, and then Ghana just took off, man, on a break, and the guy on the far left side of the pitch made a nice little move, some good footwork. The ball was a little bit ahead of him. He caught up to the ball, almost hit the a little juke move, kind of hit a stop, and then kind of pushed the ball into the box and made a nice little crossing pass and found a teammate. Boom, goal. Winner, chicken dinner.
Let's go.
Had Ghana. And, it's a little testy right now at this point in the game. But it's beautiful seeing all these lot of brown skin out there. Seeing these brothers out here on the pitch getting it done. So that's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful game, man. A beautiful game. It's played by, I see why, the World Cup can bring so many people together, because it is a lot of different ethnicities, and all around the world you got people playing. And somebody's down right now. What happened to the goalkeeper? Oh man, he didn't get. Yeah, come on. See this.
I told you the flop.
Man, it wasn't like he got kicked hard, man. The guy from Panama was trying to get to the ball. The goalie jumped on it, and he kind of tapped him a little. He didn't kick him in the head or nothing. It's like, come on, man, y'all. Anyway,
it's part of the game.
There it is. Well said, Area. Soccer, that's when soccer's at its best. When you got a team on the attack, applying pressure, and you see some good goal key. That's how Argentina was putting it on folks the other night. As the GOAT was
Messi.
doing his thing last night, boy, wasn't he?
Messi was being messy.
Exactly. Getting it done, a hat trick. Should have known that he was going to do that in the first game. And then the symmetry, what they said, it was like 20 years since his first appearance in the World Cup.
Well, if you let the best player or the most skilled player in the world have free run at the goal, you don't put no body on him. You let him operate in space. That's what's going to happen.
Now, and here's the other thing, and we're going to get to our guest here in a second. Think about this. Messi is 39 years old, right? Still played. He played a full 90. Well, not a full 90. He played about 80 minutes of that game, right?
Right. I mean, he's still playing in Miami too.
He's still playing in Miami, and it just like he's 30. And then think about LeBron. Now, this is why folks better be appreciative of what they see from LeBron, a 40-year-old man. Still scoring and averaging over 20, can pull down over 10 any night he wants to, and still probably drop over 5 assists a game, and have an impact on winning, doing stuff that young 25 and young 30 can't do.
Just as De'Aaron Fox.
Ouch. All right, with that said, let's get ready to bring in our next guest. Yeah. Man, that's savage. Let's bring in our next guest. He's the major gift officer for the FAMU Foundation, friend of the program, back on again. None other than Marvin Green.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on, Marvin? Yeah, welcome to the show again.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. Sorry I couldn't catch y'all last week, but I'm glad to be here tonight.
Man, it's all good. It's all good. Appreciate you taking time to join us tonight. Okay, so before we get into talking about what we brought you in for, obviously, we got the strike tour coming up. What can you share? Obviously last week, the announcement came out. We shared in the last segment about the major gift that was announced. That'll be coming to help refurbish the track and field house by an anonymous donor alum. A major 7-figure number, which will obviously include naming. What if anything can you share about that?
Nothing.
Okay, there you go. Beautiful. All right, well,
I saw that one coming.
I had to
ask. I had to ask, because they killed me if I didn't ask. So I just had to ask though. But a great answer though, Marvin. Great answer. All right, take it away, Kelvin.
Well, so I know you do have some things you can talk about that are happening. So we want to kind of bring you on to get the word out and get folks behind supporting these initiatives and these locations. So talk about the strike tour and what you got going on.
Yeah. I'm glad we were finally able to get our coaches who have a very busy summer schedule to come together. We definitely the dates that I'll be talking about. We have commitments from our head football coach Quinn Gray, Quinn Fordham Gray Sr., Coach Charlie Ward, men's basketball, women's basketball, Bridget Gordon, and Coach Bill, our softball coach, will be joining us on 1 or 2 trips, and our track coach will also be able to join us, I think, on a trip or 2. But the 3 that we call the big 3 will be at all of the events, or the names, the ones that I'll be naming now. So we'll start in South Florida, July the 10th, Friday night, July the 10th in South Florida. Location to still be determined. We got the location, but I need to just make sure we get the official announcement, because we're getting some help from another institution to help us pull off that venue. But we have the local hosts that are ready to rock and roll. So we'll be in South Florida July the 10th. July the 11th, we'll be in Tampa. We call it the Central Florida Tour. So actually the I-4 corridor are all invited in Central Florida. And then on July the 12th, we'll be in Jacksonville. So we'll cover Florida through 3 stops. And again, I know it's, not hitting every pocket in every city, but we're able to capture a little bit more people this way with more concentrated energy. And then we will take about a 2-week break, but not really a break, but coach has got some other obligations. Then July the 24th, that night, that's a Friday night, we'll be in the great city of Chicago, Illinois, that has produced none other than yours truly. And then we'll make our way back on July 25th to Atlanta, Georgia, to kind of finish that part of it off. We eventually hope to have something in Tallahassee. The athletic director wants to make sure we do something in Tallahassee. So, of course, we'll be kind of knocking up on real soon the booster kickoff as well. So, those things, what do those things look like, right? So we'll eventually do something in Tallahassee as well. So July the 10th, South Florida, Broward County area is what you can count on when I say South Florida. So Tampa, Florida, July the 11th, Jacksonville, Florida, July the 12th, Chicago, July 24th, and then Atlanta, Georgia on the 25th. We were trying to get a Texas swing in, but we're not able to kind of get to Texas and back. We wanted to do Houston and Dallas if we went to Texas. So those things, like I said, we'll be able to still get to some of those spots and make sure that we reach the alums that, we're trying to reach. And of course, we'll have some virtual ways that people can give even during these events, right? That's the thing about it is, and these people are competitive. We're talking about trying to do over $50,000 a stop. That's kind of the measuring stick to get $50,000 per stop and get this thing up and rolling, because our coaches need the support for their program. They need the support for the things that they're trying to do in the this new era. We keep talking about the ecosystem. I would like to say more of rev share than I say NIL, because I think rev share is the model that the university is probably going to be adopting more so. It kind of makes more sense in that space. So we want to make sure that they have what they need in order to be successful and give Rattler Nation, the type of product that they've come to know and love and want to support. So.
And you tell us, is there planning or any infrastructure in place to I know there's discussions, but to do a rev share is that in the
Yeah, it's not my place to discuss that. I think you got to hear that from the athletic leadership.
Okay.
So we've been we're waiting for Vision 2030 from our athletic director. He's been talking about it. He's been teasing us with it, so I know it's coming. I know he's trying to tweak a few things before he's ready to release it to the public. And once he does, I think it'll be full speed ahead because it helps to make sure that we have one message, one band, one sound, as they say. No pun intended with my role, but I think having that one band, one sound, so that rattlers know why we're asking people for support and allow people to see exactly what does that look like. So but my point was, I know that the university as a whole has been leaning more towards making sure we have the structure in place in the rev share space, because that's the one that's a little bit not easy. It's easier to manage, I guess. NIL is, do I have the right companies, right sponsorships, all those things. Rev share means we make some money and we can share that money. So that's the one that makes a little bit more sense for the university.
All right.
Now, Marvin, you said the 10th, 11th, and 12th, you will have Coach Gray, Coach Ward, and Coach Gordon. Was that my understanding?
Yes,
all
sir.
Three will be at those
All three
events.
will be at those events, yes.
Okay. And then can you speak to the other, you obviously mentioned Coach Beal, Coach Ellenwood. Which events will they be sprinkled in, or will they appear at? Do you have that?
They haven't confirmed which ones. They have a few conflicts with those three. The reason I said with those three were able to totally commit to those 5 dates. So the dates that we have is around those three's schedule. So that's why.
So those three will be at all 5 of the dates.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Definitely. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So how did you choose how did you choose the sites?
Well, the sites are based on past participation and past performance, really. Like I said, and that's why Texas would have been good to get to, because Dallas/Houston has a tremendous amount of supporters out there. We did something big last year with our marching band, for example, in Houston. We have several donors who've committed to several $100,000s for the Marching 100 in Houston. But the Dallas part of it, we were not able to make work at this particular time. So that's what I'm saying. When you're making that trip out there, you want to make sure you're not spending more than we never spend more than we bring in. But that's why the Texas part didn't. But these particular hosts are committing to helping us reach those numbers that I talked about. And even some of them have even said more. So I won't go on record saying what they said, but some of them are looking at $50,000, no problem. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Right.
Yes, somebody just said Tampa Bay knighted the Rays, so we'll be back in Tampa for July the 31st. I saw that in the comments, and that's true. FAMU knighted the Rays, I think is how they say it, is July 31st. Ironically, that's graduation night. So last year, we had Coach Ward, Coach Gordon there. We was hoping to maybe even be able to have the president down there this year, but that is actually the night of summer commencement. So I'll be there. I know I'm not the biggest draw, and we're still trying to see if we can get a name who might be able to throw out a ball, because they literally catered this night in it back in Tropicana. They catered this night to FAMU. So we want to be able to do something. I talked to Derek a couple of days ago, who helps us pull that, who pulls it off. He's the St. Petersburg, I hope I'm saying that right, the St. Petersburg chapter president, and he's done a great job, him and his wife. His wife is, she does great work. She's president of one of the local colleges in the area, and so they big supporters. So we're excited about that.
All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Kelvin.
Well, I was just going to ask Marv, do you have any other summer initiatives? I know the band camp is coming up soon. Do you have anything else that you can talk about at this time?
Yeah. Well, the band has we got a big deal for the band coming through. So the band is about to get another another six figures, a couple six-figure deal we're inking for the Marching 100 with a national brand. That'll be good. It's a multi-year deal over several years. So I'm excited about, the band and being brand ambassadors, man. That's what this thing is all about, is how we promote. And, we're still working to try to maximize and get a lot out of what we've done in the past as well, right? So what we've done with the Amazon video, we still are trying to push that along, right? So that's a moment in time. But then, of course, that same guy's coming to town in November, actually. So he's coming to town on the night of a game. So, we hope to be able to maximize that and maybe get him to come on over to the campus Friday or Saturday to do something beforehand, so we want to be able to maximize those moments. And then, of course, I never take off a hat, but it's, my other hat is, of course, the 50th year celebration for the Sports Hall of Fame. Right. That's really what's kind of going to be keeping me busy this summer as well in my volunteer capacity, because like I said, to have these legends who have agreed to come back already, from Hal McRae, Andre Dawson, Marquise Grissom, Vince Coleman, Henry Lawrence, Pam Oliver, Natalie White, Claudette Farmer, Veronica Wiggins. See, they're legends, right? We just can't say Coach Wiggins and Coach Farmer. Don't say who they are. Clement Johnson. So these are legends. And so we want to make sure that we are really celebrating 50 years of Rattler greatness the right way. And literally that's what made me have to come on a little late tonight. We were just finishing up our weekly call there. I want to have a golf tournament that Friday. And then, of course, we have the event that Friday night. That's September the 18th. September 18th is the night, 7 p.m. at the Lawson Center. So we're moving to the bigger venue. We're expecting over 700 people to join us that evening. And then, of course, our Trailblazers. So not only we have our Hall of Famers, but I don't know if last time I talked about our Trailblazers, Maurice Allen, the world long drive champion, who's excited to be back. And then, of course, Chateau Waters in school.
Waters Hendricks, right.
My girl Chateau. So she's excited. She's actually going into the National Football Cheerleaders Sports Hall of Fame. So, she'll be here as well, in addition to the athletes that we have going in this year. And I want to make sure that I say their names. You got the Judith Tribble. Make sure I got everybody. I have my stuff up here. Judith Kibbe, track and field. Sean Gillum, baseball. Leroy Long, track and field. William Evers, football. Tyrone McGriff Jr., football. Brandy Tatum, Frederick, coach for the cheerleaders. And, of course, attorney Ben Crump as a supporter in all that he's done. So I think we got a powerful class. It'll be the second year of our president being here. I think she's excited about being able to welcome these folks into the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame, because that's always a big deal as well. And so I'm just excited, man, just to know that we have a lot of great things going on at FAMU. And I know, we talk a lot on social media about what we're doing and what we may not be doing. But, every once in a while, we got to say, you know what, FAMU is a pretty daggone good place. And we're all proud to be attached to this place. And it's also the weekend of the Tennessee State game. So we got a great game that weekend playing against one of our rivals here in town, and we get to showcase the best of the best.
Man, that is great information, man. That's why we brought you on, so that Rattler Nation at large can pass this information on to their different circles and get accurate information out there also. So I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll have QR codes for every event. Like I said, I know Tampa is really trying to do something special, because where we're hosting it. I'll tell you, one of the main people helping us pull this off is Jomo Cousins. We're hosting it at his church down there. So this guy's in front of 3,500 people on a weekly basis. And so I like it when you push some other people, because you got people like Rick Kinsey in the room who set the standard. But all Rick do is help push these other people into greatness. And, with Rick and Maurice and Rattlers in Arms and the Rattler Boosters and all these group organizations, they've done a lot of great work for a long time. But our generation, we got to pick up the ball, right? It's almost like the family reunions, right? Most of us go to family reunions, and they were run by our parents or the aunties and uncles, and it's like it's falling off a little bit because we haven't picked up the torch. It's time for us to pick up the torch and run with it. And so that's what's happening, is that the people are being pushed to greatness. And then the other thing I've had some conversations about just holistically is even with these Be Out days, right? We got Be Out days in different cities. How do we make those events not just profitable, productive for how that generation likes to give, right? That generation is not necessarily a conference, traditional NAA conference type of people. So we can't try to force them into hotel rooms and ballrooms. Let's meet them where they are and then still identify the needs, but we're all fundraising and friend raising the way that's most comfortable for us to do it. And so I just had a conversation yesterday with a young lady who was, very instrumental in the Tampa Be Out there. I can say her name, Sierra Hall. And we just talked about how we can quit trying to fit square pegs in round holes. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make that hole square and round and make it work so that FAMU is the beneficiary. So,
Marvin,
restore the strike, baby. Restore the strike. So that's what we're doing tonight. Of course, we got Coach Ward out there. Y'all see he killing it in the recruiting game.
Yes.
Coach Gordon, she's about to be in Deltona. She'll be a speaker in Deltona for the Volusia County NAA event soon. Coach Bill is on the road recruiting. Jamie had a great year. Coach Shoup had a great year. He's doing his thing. Garfield. I mean, all of them. Of course, the golf team. You know what? I'm so proud of the golf team. A lot of times people, man, how you feel, man? They had this success, and after you left, and I was like, what for? First of all, we had success when I was here.
Right.
but I think it speaks to how you leave a place better than you found it.
Yes.
And Coach Rice and I worked together for 7 years. This guy was killing it. And when it's time that, it's time to pass the torch. This guy has the passion, taking it to another level. And that's just an example. I'm just using it as an example of what Coach Rice has done with the golf team. It's been great, right? But you got to lay that foundation, because if we don't have 05, when we try to get rid of the program, when we bring it back in 2015, 14, we almost lost the program when you brought it back. If we don't have those years of bringing it back, there is no opportunity for us to do the things that we're doing now. So, and all that was because of people like Coach Tooks in that era who had golf, right? A lot of people say, I didn't know we even had golf, but we had golf when we were in school, Kelvin, and, but they were just kind of operating in obscurity. And then we just kind of hit a run in the early 2000s and went on from there. And so, now we're back doing the thing. So I'm excited, man. I'm glad for what you all do, showcasing all that's good about FAMU. And I just appreciate that you all have these opportunities for people to come on, talk about what we're doing, how they can help, right? Because that's the thing. We got to get the right information out there. The one thing about us is that sometimes social media, we're kind of killing ourselves. It's okay to do some of that infighting, but when sometimes those are the sources, you're the only source of information that some people are getting, and that's when it could hurt, So,
hey, Marvin, I'm curious, when you mentioned some of those legends, some of those names, have you all started thinking of ways to commemorate or from a memorabilia standpoint, things that can be maybe auctioned off to create some fundraising, some funds? Because we definitely want to appreciate, and we want, you want to give people their flowers, and you want to appreciate them while you got them. But it sounds like there's going to be an amazing group of legends in the building at one time, and I know it's probably hard and challenging to get it and pull it all together. But it's like, while we got them, what can we do for people who are outside? And I know, Steve had mentioned, hey, we got to stream it, and just outside of just that, but to continue to push the advertising and promotion of this event.
Well, the thing about it is that night, we probably won't have the big auction that you're thinking about, But we are thinking about things like small baseball bats signed by all 4 members that are there that night, right? And you're able to do those things. Football signed by the people in the room who need to have football signed as well. That's something I saw when I just left the ceremony for Coach Hubbard in Atlanta. Every table had all the signatures of the guys that were going in that night, for example.
Wow.
But it would have been great, man, over the years if we had Bob Hayes' signature somewhere, Ken Riley's signature somewhere, to your point, right? So that those things could be on some memorabilia. So we're trying to figure it out. Of course, it's hard when you're a small committee. Well, we're not small. We are small, but still, when you're trying to capture every idea. So you want to make sure what we do it right. But the other point that we're trying to get to is I'm trying to get something in front of our facilities folks on campus soon to how do we have our Hall of Fame, at least the faces and those folks recognized someplace a little bit more tangible and a little easier to get to than the inside the Lawson Center. Got to look up at the I don't know what you call it, but really, what's that area to hang down? It's
we need some banners. We need some banners that kind of hang off of one of the buildings or several of the buildings. That's what I think you might.
Well, it's funny. I know we're getting off, but somebody said this, and I got to just say it, and hope I know Coach Gray would appreciate this. We have national championships, national championships, and you walk into Bragg Stadium and you don't see them anywhere.
Amen. I've been saying that for a while.
There's nothing that says this is the house that Jake built or Riley built or Billy Joe built. With all of our success, those things need to be somewhere, and not just in the field house where there's the banners kind of as you go down that initial hallway. There should be something when somebody comes in and says, wow, they won a national championship in 78. They did so-and-so in 98. They did how many? Those things should be. So those are things that we're working on because we have to be able to promote ourselves, right? And so somebody else, I have a good friend. This is just, since this is what y'all do, I'll give you this one. Somebody says, can you imagine Bobby Bowden's statue being in front of Tully Gym?
Yeah.
So, it's just sometimes it's just that continuity of kind of once you know better, do better. Let's figure out how we can, make some of these things work that make more practical sense. And so, we got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work to do, but it's a labor of love. So, and I'm excited to be a part of the team right now. And I just hope the Rattler Nation keeps supporting us. So,
if somebody wants to help contribute in any way, some of these ideas that we're tossing about here, or maybe other ideas, how can they reach you? What's the best route? And I mean, I don't mean to over inundate your inbox with a bunch, but there might be somebody who's watching and listening, and it was like, man, that sounds like a great idea. Let me find a way to contribute and help.
Marvin.Green Jr. Marvin.Green GREENJR at FAMU.edu. And of course, you can hit my inbox if we're friends on Facebook, or we're not friends on Facebook. I got both out there, but you can come into the DM and give us a suggestion. And, let's make it happen, because a lot of times people go places and they see things, but you have to realize there's a ton of support that helps make those things happen. So I'm not saying it can't happen here, but like I said, the ideas are great, and the ability to have the financial resources to help us pull them off, can make it even greater. So, and that's no excuse. We say we have a Division I program. We sponsor 14 sports. Those sports should be able to operate at the Division I level. Yes. So I believe that regardless. So that's just something I believe in all the way. And our coaches deserve no less. Our student athletes deserve no less. So, Black college experience doesn't mean a second-class experience.
Well said. Exactly. Come with your suggestions, but please come with tangible with receipts and some tangible stuff. Right. We all got ideas, but
or resources.
Right.
If you got a good idea, bring some money with it.
Exactly. We all got ideas, but not, sometimes, ideas don't come with some tangible stuff with it.
Ideas ain't free.
Thank you. Okay. So again, Strike Tour, you can see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen, starting July 10th in South Florida, Broward County, I think is what Marvin said. July 11th, the Central Florida version in Tampa, July 12th in Jacksonville, then July 24th in Chicago, and then July 25th in Atlanta. What's going to be outside, and how can people connect in? Is it going to be through the individual chapters, or is there a general link website?
We'll have some streaming capabilities that'll be promoted. I know Central Florida will. So we'll promote those ahead of time. And even as we go into those events, there will be links and QR codes per event. So if you not able to make it, but you want to give when we're in Central Florida, that QR code will be available as we head into that event. So
please send that. Please send that to us. I mean, because, we will obviously, we only on once a week, but, we'll make sure on that show, whether it be the week or 2 weeks before, we'll make sure to put that info out. So, I mean, if you send us, whether it be a QR code, a link, or whatever you got, we'll make sure to promote the hell out of it and make sure people know whether they're in the area or not.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all so much. I would do that.
For sure. Any other last words? Anything else you want to promote, talk about, share, Marvin, before we let you go tonight?
Go Rattlers, go Rattlers, go Rattlers. And the best class is the freshman class of 1988. I said it, baby.
It's hard for me to argue over here.
Y'all be good. Right. Thank you, man.
All right. Thanks, Marv. Take it easy, buddy.
All right. Good stuff. Marvin Green, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate him for taking some time out again.
Very good information, too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Strike Tour dates again. In case you missed any part of that, the 5 Strike Tour dates will feature Coach Quinn Fordham-Gray Sr., Coach Charlie Ward, and Coach Bridget Gordon. They will be at all 5 dates. And then we will wait to get official word on when some of our other coaches, such as Coach Brittany Beal, Coach Garfield Ellenwood, maybe others, I don't know, they will be, maybe we'll find out when they can be a part of those other dates as well. As many championship coaches as we can get in one place would be a beautiful thing to see wherever you go. Y'all, some of y'all in them sites, put my championship coaches up in a hotel for a night. They'll come.
Well, I'm just saying, our coaches are doing right by us, man. We had 5 champions?
Yeah.
This out of 14 sports?
Nothing less than a 4-star night, please. Whatever you got.
Come on now.
Come on now. Some of y'all, all you got to do is take care. Take care of our championship coaches so that they can get to Broward, Tampa, Jacksonville, Chicago, Atlanta, put them up in a nice hotel for the night. And, and then let's do this thing up right. Strike Tour 2026. Good stuff, man. That's going to be a major undertaking to do that. But I think as I've seen it, you got some great host sponsors.
Yes.
So shout out to all of the host sponsors. Who was it again? He said was going to be at the Tampa host was
well, I know it's going to be at Jomo Cousins
Church, right Church. Okay, so shout out to Jomo Cousins, and then I've seen, I don't know who exactly will do the Broward, but I've seen they've done the Broward at they've had a host there, and Jacksonville and Chicago. I know my dog probably Cliff Goins might be a part of that. I think he always does something with the Chicago chapter. Atlanta always does something big. They got 2 big chapters.
And let me challenge the DC, because I know that's a pretty big chapter.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, reach out to Marvin, man. Y'all get something together and make sure y'all can guarantee that $50,000.
Yeah, don't take it lightly just because right now your city is not on the list. Y'all come up with
be added.
Resources. Yeah, thank you.
It can be added. Reach out
can be. Get a nice flight from Tallahassee or Tallahassee to Atlanta to wherever you are. Get our coaches up there. You take care of them; they'll be there. That's what it's going to take. That's what we need to do. So we've got Hall of Fame legendary coaches I mean, just think about that for a minute. We've got legends coaching. That's why it's so big, man.
Pretty much in every sport.
Man, I really hope that there's a way that they can pull off doing something commemorative with having those legends. You know, I feel like you want to have one of those auction houses or one of those, you know, somebody that can really pull together some of this collectible type items that people can bid on and purchase. I don't know. You know, again, but it's good to see Marvin kind of, we talked about this, about being able to go into our stadiums. We talked about softball, baseball. He mentioned football. When you go into these buildings, we've won championships in these buildings, but you don't see it. You don't see it. You don't, you know, we need to do more of that. We need to be able to promote our national championships, our conference championships. That needs to be celebrated. That needs to be recognized visually way more than it is right now.
Absolutely. We have a rich,
very rich
championship athletic tradition in multiple sports.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to guess.
And we should brag about it by displaying it.
Well said. Well said. Okay. Again, we appreciate Marvin. Marvin.greenjr@famu.edu is the email address. Again, marvin.green, GREENJR@famu.edu if you want to reach out to him with some resources and some ideas with some tangible stuff. Again, save the ideas for the Facebook post. But, you know, the real, you hit him up on the email and let him know you got some info for him. Okay. Let's go ahead and take another break. And when we come back, get into some of the latest recruiting updates. Let me see. I just seen a softball post that the softball program is out on the road recruiting trail. They're heading to Newberry, Florida for the Gold Star Elite Tournament, June 19th through the 21st. So that was a big I was just in Gainesville, and there definitely was a softball tournament going on right up the road. So I think they were there that weekend too. So shout out to softball. All right, when we get back, we're going to talk recruiting. I'm going to go on a little rant. You know, I know there's new kids coming on the block and coming on campus. I just don't know who they are. So I'm going to go on a rant. Bear with me. Old man here. I'm getting to that.
Get off my lawn.
Old man rant coming here in a second. So get ready for it on the other side of this break. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural tastes, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8888 8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Bryan Fulford, Kelvin Rozier. Marcus Green out on assignment tonight, but he did some work. So we will showcase his work here very shortly. Good to see a few folks jumping in a little bit later than normal. Jimmy Mack checking in, Edwin Moore, Hollow. Maybe we didn't check in. I agree 100%, Area. We've said this before. We'd love to see all of the softball championships in the complex. And I'll tell you the ideal spot for it, Area, and let me see if you agree. Right on top of the batting cage that's in left field, somewhere right off of that, because that's it's the only, I mean, if you're not going to put it on one of the a banner on the outfield, kind of on the screen print, but you could easily create something off of the awning or the side of the batting cage that's in left field. I don't know. That's just my thought. When I was out there, that's kind of I was looking at, thinking that'd be a great place to put it. So
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I actually, my dream for the softball complex would be to redo the stands and press box, bring it up high, similar to what we did with the football stadium. Get some prefab aluminum stands and with more rows, more seating, and the press bar runs the length of the seating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you could place it on the back of that press box suite area. That would be, that's my big dream, my long-term dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or there you go. If not, there next to the scoreboard as well. Yeah. I mean, hey, that would be visually acceptable as well. Probably need a new scoreboard though.
Yeah, you need a video board, not a scoreboard.
There you go. See? There you go. What's going on with your mic? What's going on with your mic all of a sudden? You sound kind of digitized now. Did you do something?
I don't know.
Right,
I know of. I open a window.
Okay. All right. I don't know. You just sound a little digitized a little bit. It's all good. Okay.
Xfinity.
So yes, if you are following, especially on IG, on Instagram, if you're following, I didn't screen clip them, but I seen the basketball, some basketball, women's basketball players, some baseball players, any other sports, that football. You've seen the, new students coming to their dorm or, getting on an elevator, getting off an elevator, going to their room. It's nice.
I believe one of them, they introduced with their words. If I remember softball, I believe it was a softball thing.
Did they? Okay.
I think they introduced who they were.
Okay. They actually said who they were. The actual student did.
Was it softball or was it women's basketball? Might have been women's basketball.
Women's basketball.
But one of the teams did say who they were.
Well, props to that team, whoever did it. But my big rant is, as I watch these videos and you want to celebrate and be excited for these young people who are coming to campus for the first time, staying in these beautiful dorms that have been built. We just don't know who they are. And there's nothing in the caption of the social media post to tell you who they are. So, and I don't know if the students' IGs are tagged as well. So I don't know, and I'm just like, again, here we are in the NIL era where we are, anytime the athletic department is not making it known who these student athletes are, you're missing on a branding opportunity for that student. You're missing out an opportunity for us to begin to put faces with names. Mm-hmm. Thus, not knowing who they are, how can we then be expected, those with businesses and entities, know that, oh, that's so-and-so. And then when I go and watch them perform or see them perform and see their personality outside of their uniform or away from their helmet, we can't put two and two together because I didn't know who they were in the first place. And so we're missing on an opportunity for that person to brand. We're missing on an opportunity to brand that student in this NIL era. Jimmy, what are you talking about? I'm gonna stay.
Messy. Messy.
Stop it, Jimmy. Stop it. We'll put you in the timeout. But that's all I'm saying. I just, come on, please. Basketball, softball, baseball, football. No post should go out. Even when we do these great little miniaturette features that they do of somebody, we got to know who the students are. We got to know who they are. There should never be a post that goes out without either the student's IG being tagged or their name being mentioned in the captions. Never. No post should ever go out without us knowing, or something that flashes, or a little something on the bottom third, or something, a little title caption. Nothing should ever go out without us knowing who they are. And I'm even gonna go so far as say highlights. I mean, keep it real. I mean, let's not assume that everyone knows who it is.
Put their name on the jersey.
Everybody's name.
Same concept.
Everybody's. Well, look, I'm not saying that I'm old school. Honestly, you don't have to put the name on the back of the jersey, but
if you're trying to brand.
I just want to know who they are, man. That's all. I just want to celebrate them. I just want to celebrate them. I mean, I'm tired of trying to guess who is that, and I got to ask 5 different message groups and say, who is that? Who is that? Who is this? But the ones who leave, hell, they can make sure they put their name all over the place. Thank you I'm out. Transfer portal, hashtag. Thank you. God bless. Thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate y'all. Anyway.
All right, point. You're right now. I'm joking with you, but you're absolutely right, man. And I think the message will be heard.
Right. I don't know. We didn't put names on the back of the jerseys in Indiana. It's all about the name on the front. So, but I know that era is gone. Okay, so I'm fine. Whatever.
Get off my lawn.
I am not grumpy. I'm not grumpy. I just want to know.
You're definitely old.
I am old. I am that. I guess so. Let me see. What is this? Let me see. Can everyone commit to giving $1 a day to athletics? 365. I'll tell you, Sam, I'll tell you what I wish could be done. You know how okay, hold on. Show of hands to you, Kelvin, and anybody in the chat room. How many of y'all do the FAMU change up thing with the Change app?
I have, but I'm taking away from it.
But wait a minute, you're what?
I have. I've contributed to that. But
you still
I'm reevaluating it though.
Why? Why are you reevaluating it? Do you not know where it goes?
I won't put it out here. I have my reason.
Now, I don't know. Okay, see, I'm going to get in trouble here, but I just don't know where it goes. But what I was going to say is if that Change Up app could go towards the athletic slush fund, you know, that'd be a good thing. Like that would fall in lines of kind of what Sam was talking about. Well, that part.
That ain't a lie either now.
That ain't a lie either. There can be two truths in this statement going on now, Steve. Definitely can be two truths. Okay. You know, we mentioned a week ago, last week, one of the things that I don't think I've ever seen in the history of FAMU athletics where we had a student just leave I want to say this right. Entered the transfer portal and was signed by the school on the other side of the track. And at first, it was a first. It was none other than Jackson McKenzie. Jackson McKenzie, of course, he was a part of the FAMU signing class in 2025, right? And just, you know, obviously he had a great season this past year for FAMU. You know, of course, well remembered for hitting for a cycle in the tournament. But he actually goes from FAMU to Florida State. And no one has found another athlete that has gone. We've had athletes come from FSU to FAMU, but he might be the first to go from FAMU to FSU. So, I mean, tells you where we are in the world these days. But he wasn't the only baseball player to hit the portal recently. As we had a slew, about 3 different starters. Matthew Perez, who was part of the class of 24. Matthew played some significant time. I think Matthew was a starter, if I'm not mistaken, out of Orlando. He entered the portal in late May. Rowan Tarbert, a part of 2024. I'm not really sure about the amount of time. I think he was more so a relief pitcher. Yeah, came out of the bull.
Right.
Huh?
He didn't participate much.
Yeah. Didn't get a lot of time. Lopez got some time at short. Now again, was it primarily this year? It would have had to have been this year because Jalen Niles was the starter for 4 consecutive years. Right. Notice he was part of the signing class of 24. That would have been Niles' senior year. So Lopez would have got some time this past year. But he's in the portal. Catcher Trey Kraft, another class signee of 2024, in the portal.
Didn't get a ton of playing time.
Yeah, not a lot of playing time. So he's in the portal. This is a heavy one. Outside of Jackson, I think this one kind of hurt more than any because Jay Campbell had an out.
You understand. He kind of grew up playing. He had been in the SEC at the Power 4 level already before coming here, and his sister's a starter on one of the top teams in softball there at Florida State. So you knew McKenzie that was probably coming, but this one you didn't.
Yeah, here's a young man who outstanding freshman season, first team all SWAC, Swingman Classic Player of the Year, I think he may have even also had another all SWAC year. I don't know if it was quite first team. You'd think it may be second team this year. But tremendous loss in the program. Here's a man who, I mean, I don't know. Just
I looked at the roster, and the only starting player that was a senior that's not coming back is what's his name, Brown, the outfielder. But those three guys that we just named, you're looking at 4 of our top 6 hitters not being back.
Yeah, 4 of our top 6.
Yeah.
We'll see. I know there's a good look. We got some good recruits coming in. You know that. So
all freshman class last year, and then if you look at the roster, we didn't really have seniors, and the only seniors we had were some of the pitchers. But that's why, those are big hits. But we got a lot coming back still.
And again, don't forget, this is the era of reduced numbers in baseball. I mean, you got roster limits. And I think one of the things that we've seen, the growth in college baseball, especially if you think about the last 2 weekends of what you saw in the regionals and the super regionals, where you had a historic, 4 seeds beat 1 seeds on day 1. You had 2 4 seeds advance to the super regionals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's partly happening because of reduced roster limits and the NIL era. It's so, FAMU baseball has to find a way to either continue to out recruit, or hopefully we can get to
that. We have to help that.
We have to help them. Yeah.
Obviously, the recruiting is getting the job done, because you got kids who go on the Power 4 program. You got a guy who got drafted last year. So obviously, recruiting is getting it done, but we got to help the recruiting with facilities and support. Period.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some of the latest updates in the world of recruiting, and let's see what some of our programs are out there doing. Let's start with softball. We know that Coach Beal is out there. We're on the recruiting trail right now. We know that one of her assistant coaches is now the head coach at Grambling State. Haven't heard, who's going to be the replacement for Coach Jess, but I'm sure we'll find that out here soon. But one of the latest recruits, Paris Rogers, a first baseman. Now, what I find interesting in an outfielder, what I found interesting is one of the young ladies that hit the portal was the previous starting first baseman for the team. So there's an open need there at first base. Paris is coming from Chipola, and we have recruited well from Chipola.
Yep.
And so she was an all-conference softball player, second team. She's originally from Mobile, Alabama, class of 24. So you can see she's got a few years under her, but I think that's a nice addition to the roster.
That's an interesting addition too, because you got redshirt freshman Michaela Register, who was the full-time starting first baseman this year. So it'd be interesting to see how that play out.
Well, you must not have heard what I said.
Oh, that's who you was referencing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one.
That's who I was. Yes, there you go. So. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to baseball. As we were talking about baseball players who left, let's talk about some recent commits to the baseball roster. And as of May 19th, just some recent commitments, some names that we hadn't talked about recently. You got Nick Sloan, who is a 6'3", 170-pound right-hand pitcher out of Citrus Springs, Lecanto High School. Recently was playing at Andrew College. So Nick's coming in as a solid addition to the pitching staff. Then we have Timothy Hicks. Hicks is a first baseman and outfielder, high school from Levittown, PA. Interesting to see a young man from Pennsylvania. We don't get a lot of when we talk about out of state recruits. We don't get a lot of guys from Pennsylvania. Interesting signing. Just recently, another baseball commit, Gabriel Borges. He's an infielder from Hialeah Gardens, class of 2023. Recently went to South Florida State College. Second team junior college all region. And tell Marcus about these fonts, boy.
Yeah.
He's straining the brother's eyes. Come on, Marcus. Feel free to make the font a little. Don't be scared to make that font a little bit bigger. The next one is Andres Vasquez. He also just recently committed. He's a 6', 180-pound infielder from out of Jacksonville, Trinity Christian Academy. Class of 2023. He played at Daytona State College. Then he played another year at Florida State College in Jacksonville. And then one other baseball recruit or committed signee. Logan Kohler. Logan is a 6'3", 200-pound pitcher. Looks to be I'm not sure, is he a righty or a lefty? I think he's a right-handed pitcher by the looks of it.
Yeah, by the looks of that picture, yes.
Yeah, from out of Belvedere North High School in Belvedere, Illinois, class of 2024, transferring from Rockford University. That was an NCAA Division III school. Interesting get. I'd love to know
Coach is expanding. Yeah, he just remember he got pretty much an all freshman class. He signed like 8-9 freshmen last year, including Sheffield. So he's bringing in some experienced guys, JUCOs, because we're gonna have to revamp the infield. I think we're losing our first base, our third base with Jay played, and I think Perez played some shortstop, if I'm not mistaken. So we got some infield positions we need to show up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Edwin, I'll be having some words with Marcus and be like, man, I got to it reminded me that I need to go get my eye appointment here before the end of the month. Take advantage of what's left of my vision plan. Okay, track and field. Let's jump over to track and field. And we've got some track and field committees from as far back as mid-May. Some of these we may have mentioned. Some of them might be a little new, but let's kind of start with Karina Marcellus. She is a triple jumper and runs the hurdles from out of Flagler, Palm Coast High School, Palm Coast, Florida. Participated most recently in the 4A girls track and field. She was all-state first team. A year ago, she was also first team all-state. So a state champion in the triple jump. And she is a silver medalist in the 100-meter hurdles. So, definitely bringing a champion into the program. Coach G is. And then we may have also mentioned Sydney Love as well on a previous update. Sydney committed back on May 20th. She is a high jumper and a shot putter from out of Plant High School in Tampa. I do remember we talked. If you look, she had quite a few offers. If you look at the bottom of her graphic, I mean, she has quite a few offers from some HBCUs and other Division I non-HBCU programs. Mm-hmm. I just found that's such an interesting, unique combination to be a high jumper and a shot putter.
It is.
Heck of a interesting combo. Then we've got a young man, Joshua Howe. Joshua Howe committed on June 2nd. He's a sprinter from Creekside High School in St. Augustine, Florida. He was all First Coast for the Florida Times Union, which is right up there in Jacksonville, in 25 and 24. Creekside was the 2026 FHSAA Class 4A Outdoor Track and Field State Championships. Oh, excuse me. No, I read that wrong. I thought they were champions. He actually was a part of the 4x100 team that finished 7th, and he won 2nd place in the 200 meters, and he ran the 100, finishing 11th. So highly competitive and decorated young man. And then another very recent signing for the track program, Adani Nimhard Belcher. He's a 400-meter runner, 6 foot 150 from Shiloh High School in Snellville, Georgia, class of 24. He's transferring from Albany State University. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. I love the graphics with the snakes on the track. That's ridiculous.
Detail. Yeah.
Details,
nice.
right? I'm so afraid of snakes, but hey, that's just what it is, right? A rattler till I die, I guess. Just hope I don't. Just hope I don't. Literally, just hope I don't get bit by a snake. Just please don't bite me. Okay, no news in the women's front. We've gone over the women's in detail. All right, let's catch up on the men's because we're just gonna go through the entire roster. Let me see. I'm doing a count here on the back end. Let me see. Last time we were on, I think this is right before we had Olivia. We had Liv on the show, and we were at 4. We had talked about the first 4 signings, or maybe the first 3. I can't remember, either the first 3 or the first 4. Obviously, from the Coach Ward era, or second year for Coach Ward. Let me pull up those men's basketball recruits. Of course, it all started with Jaden Joseph. You can see he signed back in November. And I think when we had Liv on, We talked about Chandler Davis, who committed back in April. Joel Moqueza, 6'9" forward center from Prolific Prep. And then we had Alex Montez, the 6'5" guard from out of Vincennes, also played on the Puerto Rican national team. So, I mean, well-decorated, great shooter. I think that's, one of those kids that can light it up. And then there was – now, I don't know if Liv was on. We talked about Jaden Kempson. I think this might have been right after Liv.
Yeah.
But Jaden Kempson committed on May 27th. He's a 6'3" guard from Monsignor Scanlon out of the Bronx. So another Bronx, New York guard coming down here. He's a transfer from the University of Albany, up in Albany, New York. All right, let's get to some of the new guys. The recent announcements. First up, I'm going to try not to butcher the name here. It could be Jacob or it could be Jakob, but it could be Jacob. How do you say the last name with the C with the little thing on there? You know how to say that?
Lamika.
All right.
We're going with it. That's what we're going with.
Is that what we're going with?
I said what I said.
Jacob committed on June 5th. He's a 6'10" forward from Suffield Academy in Suffield, Connecticut. He's a native of the Czech Republic. He played at All-Western New England Prep. He received All-Western New England Prep honors this past season, third team. And just so you know, a lot of people don't know this, but New England has a very big prep environment. And when we talk about prep, what we're talking about is that bridge year out of high school before you even go JUCO or college. For example, if you have a player who is he's a senior, but really he never reclassified and he's kind of a young senior, maybe just a 17-year-old senior, for example, that kid really, could use an extra year of just growth or just maturation. And so you'll see those kids go play at a one-year prep school, and they have a lot of them in the Connecticut, in the New England region. And so, there's a guy, that's a good find there. 6'10", it's a good size. All right. The next recruit that just recently signed, Ralph Martino Jr. And he's a 6'7" guard from John Champ High School out of Latham, Maryland. He did play at Overtime Elite Prep in Atlanta, class of 2024. He attended Maryland Eastern Shore as well as St. Francis University. So here's a guy who's coming with some Division I experience under his belt as well. Having been a part of a good program and a good team at Maryland Eastern Shore, and then playing at St. Francis. Now, remember, St. Francis was the school that made the commitment to move their athletics down from Division I to Division III.
Right.
Yeah. And so I think that goes into effect next year.
Yeah.
Or at least Marcus says St. Francis is in the second year of transition process down from D1 to D3. So, but again, 6'7". Yeah, 6'7".
Shot 55% from the field and 50% from three at St. Francis.
Say that number again. I just want you to think about that number. What was that number from the field again? From the 3-point line?
55% from the field and 50% from the 3-point line.
50% is insane.
I got to see how many shots he got up.
Yeah, I do too. I got to know how many, because if you shot 10 and hit 5, no shade, okay. Yeah. But, if you got at least about 50 of those up and you made half of them, okay. I'll bite. That's pretty good. But, damn, 50%. That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right. The next recruit that recently signed, Jaquavius Williford. He is a 6'7" guard forward from Western High School in Las Vegas, class of 23. A recent transfer from Oregon State in Corvallis. Also transferred from Middlebrooks Academy. Another good size guard. Yeah. Guard forward. Good wing. Oh. Good wing players. We talked about needing those. This is already shaping up into be a very big team.
Yes.
I mean, just the size is going to be ridiculous. We're going to create challenges for a lot of people. Oh, did I say something about size? How about this? Asane Mbe. I hope Asani, I hope I'm saying your name right. Mbe, I hope I got the last name right. 7'2", 190, a center from the Patrick School in New Jersey, class of 24, transferring from Seton Hall University. That's right, Seton Hall. So 7'2". One too many 7-footers in the SWAC this past year.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that many.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the guys you just pointed out, 6'10", 7'3", 6'7", 6'7". I mean, you already had 2 seniors coming back who's 6'11" and 7 foot.
Mm-hmm. Again, big guards that are 6'2", 6'5", another 6. I mean, the size. Yeah, I did say 190, 7'2", 190. He's thin. Yes, he's thin. But
he's a Wemby type, huh?
Yeah, he's okay, I've got another one from the golf program here. Coach Rice filling it in. The last recruit that we talked about was Alex Parker. We talked about Alex Parker back on the he committed on the 24th. He's out of Tallahassee, Childs High School. You can see one of the golfers of the year. So a homegrown talent, one of the best golfers in the area. But also a recent commit was Andreas Roman from Spain, from the Cambridge School in Spain. He played over at the University of Maryland Eastern Shores, where he's transferring from. He finished 6th in the PGA Works tournament in the individuals. And let me see. No, I'm sorry. Maryland Eastern Shore as a team finished 6th. Individually, he finished 8th. So trust me, Coach Rice and the guys got a chance to see him. Maybe they got a chance to see him out on the golf course.
Pretty sure.
But he's transferring from Maryland Eastern Shore to FAMU. All right. Any other any notes, any comments you want to make there about any of those signings?
I am really excited for what Charlie is doing with basketball, and I'm comparing Steve the size and the weight, the height and the weight, not the talent.
Okay, let's see. I think I got a couple of updates in for football here. A couple of off-season commits here from football. Let's see. Any other comments in the chat that you see there? All right, here we go. We got a couple of off-season commits that we want to make mention of here while we got the time. This one, I feel like we may have mentioned him before, but maybe that's just in the back channels. But publicly, he committed on 6'2", wide receiver Kieran Jackson, transferring from Edward Waters. Previously, he was at Albany State, probably there when Coach Gray was there. Just guessing. He was voted most recently in 2025 to the Walter Camp Division II HBCU All-American team. Also voted to Box to Rose Division II HBCU All-American team, second team. So here's the young man who comes with some accolades as he had a standout season, but primarily as a returner, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, Steve obviously confirmed he was there at Albany State when Coach Gray was there. So welcome Kieran Jackson, 5'10", 165 returner. Then another recent recruit was Jael Alexis. He committed back on June 13th. He's out of Norland High School in Miami. Last summer transferred from Doral Academy. So, yeah. All right. That's the only two football recruits that we've got for right now. That information we've got.
So let me say with basketball, men's basketball again. First, men's and women's basketball, love what they did, but with men's basketball, this is starting to look like a Leonard Hamilton type team. Very long. And this year what's different is international. A lot of players who come from international backgrounds, which typically means they might be a little more skilled. The European game, the international game is a little bit different from the inner city games, but it'll be interesting. But we absolutely will be a matchup problem with that kind of size. And then with football, I'm still waiting on the O-line.
You haven't seen any new names, is what you're telling me?
Yeah. I still want to see a few more linemen come in. So we'll see how it shake out.
Hold on. Jen's asked, who are the transfers for softball? There was one I'm pretty sure, again, I mentioned that Michaela Register.
I missed that announcement some kind of way. I hadn't seen that one. But there's a Avery
Ashford. She was a catcher from out of Apopka.
Yeah, didn't get a whole lot of playing time.
No, she did not. Obviously, Keeley caught probably 95 to 99% of the games.
Right.
So yeah, I will tell you, I don't believe there was much of an announcement for Register, put it like that.
Okay.
For reasons I'll tell you later, but
okay.
I haven't seen any other announcements, but and again, Yeah, haven't seen any other announcements. So all is well, I guess.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that all these recruits and all these players get in. Summer school. They moving into the dorms now this week, and classes start, I guess, Monday. So want to make sure that that's why we need y'all on the strike tour and everywhere else. Make sure we giving, because we gotta make sure these athletes are taken care of this summer.
And we have definitely need the volleyball and all the teams. Don't forget, volleyball's got to get in. I haven't seen any schedule information yet. That's another thing. I mean, I'm seeing some schools that have released their volleyball schedules already. Haven't seen our volleyball schedule yet. Eventually you figure that whoever we're playing will start to publish it, or at least our opponents will. So,
yeah, I know with men's basketball, they were waiting on one more contract. They're gonna do a release, but Coach, I did briefly get a text from Coach today for volleyball. I'll check with him and see.
Okay. Good stuff. Well, make sure you're following our athletic programs on social media. A lot of times they do post the info from they post the students' information, so you can shout them out. You can let them know, hey, welcome to the family. Glad to have you on board.
Yep.
So on and so forth. What's the countdown on the season tickets for football? Aren't we? When's the renewal? I keep seeing the social media post. I think it's the.
You gotta renew. You gotta renew by before the 1st. July 1st is when. If you hadn't renewed by July 1st, then those seats become available to the.
I thought it was before then. I'm gonna tell you, I thought it was before.
They said 9 days and stuff, but 9 days is close to the end of the month.
Oh, so you're saying you can parlay that out a little further? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you better get it in before July 1st. That's what I'm saying. Don't let the first hit you.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, they got a story here on FAMUathletics.com about the men's hoops opening the season in Tampa. Did they post any ticket information? Of course, the game is the Orion 180 Tip-Off Classic at Benchmark International Arena in Tampa on November 2nd. That's the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the first regular season matchup between FAMU and Florida State since '91. I couldn't tell you how you can buy tickets, but I would imagine Ticketmaster.
Yep, those venues typically have an account, so it'll probably be set up soon.
Is via Matt? Are you talking about 10K season tickets?
Absolutely not. We've never hit that number. The highest number I remember hitting is 5.
Oh, that's sad. Seems like we should be able to do more than that, but anyway, just saying. Yeah,
oh, we're available. I mean, we can do more than that, but we haven't.
What could we do with a 10K?
Yeah.
What could we do with 10K season tickets?
Yeah. Make a huge difference.
Exactly. Hey, you folks who aren't, always in Tallahassee or who don't, you don't have to come to every game. I mean, season tickets, you can get season tickets for about $250 a seat for all 6 games.
Yeah.
Consider it a donation to the program, to the university, to athletic department.
Yeah, and you can
installments. Can you pay it installments?
Well, yes, if you say it started earlier, but yes, you can pay installments. Actually, at least I know the university and state employees can, and also you can because they have digital ticketing. You can if you can't make it to a game, you can forward it to somebody, or you can resell them.
Buy season tickets, Rattlers. Buy season tickets. 6 home games this year. Yeah. If you do nothing but go to the homecoming game and you give away your other tickets, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Donate it to the youth. Donate
it
to a student.
The program needs it. We got championship programs, championship players, and championship coaches. They need that revenue.
Yes, definitely. 100% need that revenue. Edwin says, we draw about 17.
Yeah.
Average. Yeah. It would be nice to think that we could get 10,000 season ticket holders. I mean, with a good, strong push, we could get 10,000 season tickets. Like when we're out on the strike tour, they should be, well, I don't know. Now the strike tour is after the season. I don't know. You can still buy season tickets in July. So I don't mean to say that you can't, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be.
We don't have a wait list.
Here's the thing that here's the one thing I've heard about season tickets. Kelvin, do your season tickets get you any kind of discounted anything around campus, whether it be food, vending, bookstore, anything?
No, I wouldn't expect that though.
I didn't ask you whether you expect it or not, but does it?
No.
Okay. Would you? I mean, so I say that to mean like we shouldn't expect that, but if it's on campus, the bookstore, for example, or concessions, would there be any harm in providing, even if it were 10 to 15%?
Well, you can get that as an alumni anyway at the bookstore.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But you have to have a Rattler card, though, don't you?
Oh, it's a proof showing that you alumni, but they don't scrutinize it generally that hard.
They should.
Because FAMU NAA also alumni, or you a booster in NAA, all those groups get. So if you got any of those kind of credentials, then you get it.
Right. Area season ticket holders says they don't make it to all their games. They sell theirs. That's good stuff. Right. 6 home games, folks. I mean, that's unprecedented.
6 strong home games.
6 strong home games. We should be selling. I mean,
Kelvin
said we've never sold
Alabama A&M, Homecoming, Southern, and them are strong games.
Joe Banks, love to see it. Purchase 2 season tickets, man. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. Definitely well said, JT. We've got to change the behavior, change the habits. And now the season tickets, those are the home games. Do they get you any kind of any advanced purchasing for Florida Classic or anything else?
There are packages depending what package you get. I think first 2 packages, I think no, but starting with the 3rd package, I believe, which is around 15 grand, 2 grand, somewhere around there. Then yes, that's when you get the Florida Classic parking and some Florida Classic tickets included in that package.
Yeah, great reminder here. Normally we get about 5 home games, so this year you get 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we only leave the state of Florida 4 times.
Little baby said he's getting his season tickets. Love to see it.
Yep. Getting them every year. As you see, I was invested in Champion. I put my money where my mouth is too.
One other note that I want to make mention of here, fresh off of FAMUathletics.com. FAMU places 141 student athletes on the 2025-26 SWAC Commissioners Honor Roll. This was announced by the league, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The SWAC Commissioners Honor Roll recognizes student athletes who maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher during the fall and spring semesters. FAMU honorees represent programs across the athletic department and a wide range of academic disciplines, from mechanical engineering and pre-med to philosophy, social work, and ag sciences. I'm just going to go numbers here by the sport. Mm-hmm. Baseball had 20 players.
And they only have 35 scholarships. So
yeah. Men's basketball had 5. The men's track and field had 17.
That's an excellent number.
That's almost the whole group.
Yeah, I don't think they got more than 22. So
yeah. Football had 22 players. Men's golf had 7.
That's a great number.
Women's basketball 8. That's a great number.
Great number. Yeah.
Women's bowling. This is mostly younger players, freshmen. Right. 4. 20 from women's cross country and track and field. 20.
Great.
Women's softball 19. Women's tennis 8.
Killing it.
Women's volleyball 11.
Killing it. The ladies are killing it. They are doing that thing. And let me say, 100. First off, kudos, claps for the coaches and the players for getting it done. But you're talking 141 student athletes. You got to remember, we only have 14 sports, so we probably around 250 at the most.
I was going to say that. I don't think we're at 300. We're not at 300 athletes.
No, we're not. So
you're probably talking about in
that's
250s.
A big number. Yeah, that's
a very big number.
That's 6% of these student athletes.
I mean, the only number that has the lowest percentage per, and that's because how large the Robbie football, you got about 80, 90 guys, and you got 22. So, but perspective, when you think about baseball, 20 of 34, men's basketball, I mean, you got 5 of about maybe 14, 15. But when you think about track and field, men's 17 of about 20 something.
22. Yeah.
Golf. 7 of hell. I don't think if you got maybe 10, maybe.
Yeah. But I don't think all of them scholarships. So it's probably 7 out of 8 or 9.
Women's basketball 8 of about 13, 14. Bowling 4 of about maybe 8 to 10, somewhere in there.
Yep.
That's a low. Women's track and field 20 of about 25, maybe 30.
Maybe
I don't think they got 30.
I think about 30. I think it's about 30.
It's about there. Okay. Softball 19. Softball might be. I got to look at the roster. That might be everybody.
No, they got 23 to 24, somewhere around there.
Really? Okay, that's pretty high. Tennis 8 of about 10.
Yep.
Volleyball 11 of about maybe 15.
Killing it, man. They win it on and off the court.
And field. All right.
And alley.
And where?
And alley.
Oh, and alley. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any other news notes or anything that we forgot to mention, Kelvin, before we shut it down?
No, you got everything on pretty much that was on the script. I'll just mention because it just got released when while we've been on air. We have a new law dean. Well, you know, she has credentials. She also has a background and history with the politics of this state. So, but she is credentialed. We'll see how that plays out. And the high, I like that they have a subcommittee. The university has a subcommittee put together that is working to better support and build up the high to back to the success that it used to be.
Okay.
So those are my only two comments.
When is your Be Out Day reunion thing for FAMU High?
The 26th of 7th, whatever that Saturday is.
Okay. Oh, just seen a nice graphic posted by it's an article. Did Gerald write this? No, Vaughn wrote this. Vaughn, nice little article. I'll repost this if you're following us on Twitter. FAMU Sports Hall of Fame announces the 50th anniversary celebration. Obviously, you heard it here on the show. If you go back but he's referring to some of the legendary Rattlers that have committed to returning. And if you happen to miss the announcement earlier in the show by Marvin Green, some of the distinguished Rattlers that will be coming back home for the 50th anniversary. Major League MLB Hall of Famer Andre Dawson, Marquise Grissom, Vince Coleman, Henry Killer Lawrence, the Super Bowl champion, U.S. Olympian Ray Robinson, NBA champion Clement Johnson, MEAC record holder Shanta Pelham Wilson, Natalie White, WNBA executive, and one of the baddest point guards when I was on the yard.
Absolutely.
White Bellamy, FAMU men's basketball all-time leading scorer, Coach Claudette Farmer, coach of two NCAA tournament appearances, the Hall of Famer herself, Coach Veronica Wiggins. Pam Oliver will be in attendance, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently, she will be hosting. It will be hosted by FAMU Sports Hall of Famer Pam Oliver. Well, that's awesome. Commissioners from 3 conferences will be in attendance. Of course, FAMU, one of the few programs that have been in 3 very distinguished conferences. You'll have Dr. Anthony Holloman of the SIAC, Sonia Stills of the MEAC, and Dr. Charles McClellan of the SWAC will all give presentations during the ceremony. So, look, there's going to be a lot of dignitaries. It's going to be a big event. Big event. Again, September 18th, 2026. At the Lawson Center, 7 p.m. That's where you want to be. And again, if you have any great ideas of how, we were talking about memorabilia or things that we can do, come with your tangible ideas, resources, Marvin.Green, GREENJR @FAMU.edu. please have him be, reach out to Marvin and let him know. And then again, and also if you didn't catch the dates on the strike tour, if you're a little late joining us, the dates again, July 10th in South Florida, July 11th in Tampa, July 12th in Jacksonville, then July 24th in Chicago, and July 25th in Atlanta, featuring on all 5 dates. Quinn Fordham Gray Sr., Charlie Ward, Bridget Gordon will be at all 5 events. And then there will be other head coaches that'll make appearances at some of the other events, coaches such as SWAC champion Brittany Beal, SWAC champion Garfield Ellenwood. Who knows? Might even see, other SWAC champions like Jamie Shoup or Mike Rice or Nikki Houston. I mean, SWAC champions. I mean, how many more SWAC champions? I mean, look, we got so many SWAC champions in our coaching staff. They need your support. We have to continue to pour into these coaches, and we got to find ways to keep supporting them and keep supporting these programs, folks.
Restore the strike. Restore the strike.
Amen. Amen. Restore the strike. All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. Yeah, we'll talk more offline, folks, but make sure you're following us on all the social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at O&G StrikeZone. You can always hit the Cash App and leave a donation, or you can join the JBN channel on YouTube, My JBN Online, and you can choose to become a member like so many of our other good friends and make a monthly contribution to the Black College Sports Network or the show. We appreciate you, appreciate your support. And do us a favor, follow the BCSN Pod Zone, the podcast channel that features all of the shows on the Black College Sports Network. So if you missed any part of this show, you can go back and watch it on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast. Just download, subscribe, rate, review in your favorite podcast platform. That's BCSN Pod Zone. All right. Well, for Kelvin Rozier, Marcus Green, who was on assignment tonight, maybe we'll have him back next week. I'm Bryan Fulford. Thanks for watching, Rattler Nation. Thanks again to Marvin Green for joining us. You guys be safe, be well, and we'll see you again, same bat time, same bat channel next Wednesday night right here on the Black College Sports Network. Peace out.